All right, nice big one with lots of trig functions. Okay, so this is where it starts. So derivative of arctangent is 1 over 1 plus the angle squared. So that gives me y to the fourth. Now I'm going to multiply by the derivative of the angle, which will be 2y to the 1 power times y prime. Plus, so moving on to the tangent, which gives me secant squared of x squared times the derivative of the angle, which is 2x, equals square root 1 minus this squared, which gives me y. Now I'm going to take the derivative, right? Don't forget, I need to take the derivative of root y here. So that gives me 1/2 y to the negative 1/2 times y prime. And then moving to the last term, I get plus 12x cubed. Phew, okay, so let's identify the y prime terms. So this is 1 and this is 1. So let's move them all to this side. So I'll get 2y, y prime. Moving this over, so I'll have minus 1/2 y to the negative half 1 y prime. And then putting this on the other side, so I'll have 12x cubed minus 2x secant squared, x squared. All right, so let's factor the y prime out. So what I'm left with is 2y, and then minus 1/2 y to the negative 1/2. And this side carries along. And then divide through. Huge answer. Need lots and lots of paper. Minus 1/2 y to the negative 1/2 square root of 1 minus y. All right, so let's just even start the next section here. So a nice harder one, harder implicit differentiation. So notice here, so still implicitly, but notice what I've got up inside the exponent of the e, quotient rule. All right, so to take the derivative, e to the x over y, so take it, and then it's e to the stuff times the derivative of stuff. So low d high minus high d low, square the bottom and off you go. The derivative here gives me just x squared. This derivative here gives you 2 over 4y to the 1 power times y prime. All right, so I need to isolate the y prime terms, right? But this y prime term is inside this multiplication. So I need to separate it. First, I want to separate the fraction around the subtraction sign to make 2 separate fractions. Then I'm going to distribute this e to the x over y. Now I can identify and finally isolate those y prime terms. So move this to the other side of the equation, then factor out the y prime. There it is, and then divide. All right, another nice hard one. Here we go. This has cosine of x plus y e to this product rule. Whew, okay, so let's start with the cosine. Derivative of cosine is negative sine. Carry the angle along. Now multiply by the derivative of the angle. Derivative of x is 1, and the derivative of y is y prime. And then over here, product rule up here, right? E to the stuff times the derivative of stuff. So x cubed times y prime plus 3x squared times y. So lots of multiplying has to happen. So this has to be distributed to these two terms. So that's what I've done here. And then this has to be distributed to these two terms. Now I can finally identify the two y prime terms, put them on the same side of the equal sign, factor out the y prime, and have an answer.